Disassembling, cleaning, and reassembling the slide on a Sig P320. Okay, so first off, make sure your gun's clear, and then knock your slide back, push this thing down, just like you're going to go clean it like normal, and then that'll go forward. Okay, now we have the slide. Pull out your recoil spring, come out, then your barrel. So with your thumb pushed on this, and I like to use just a punch, and then we'll push it on here, and then you'll be able to slide this back plate. You can kind of see I already started sliding it down. We'll be able to slide it down. Sorry, I'm working on a little bit of an angle because my GoPro is not directly above. Okay, and now it's slid about halfway down, and now this whole assembly will come out. Also, your extractor is going to completely fall out as well, so make sure you don't lose him. And then you can just slide the rear plate completely out, and then the striker assembly will come out. Okay, so what we're going to do is I like to take this as just like a Chicago style screw. It helps make it so the actual firing pin doesn't slide down when we're trying to get the spring off. So I like to sit on that guy. Then we're going to pull the spring down, and then there's this cup thing. Sometimes they're in two different halves, but this one is just a one piece, so you can kind of push on the side, and then it'll come out, and you can see how that's one piece. And then be careful with your actual spring, because it'll fly into the next state if you're not careful. So we're going to pull that out, and then that'll come apart. And then as far as this goes, this stuff will kind of just fall apart on its own. So if you just go forward, there's an itty bitty 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 spring in here. That guy. Don't lose him, because you'll need him. And then now this part will just kind of come out and off. And then this other itty bitty bitty spring will come out as well. And so getting those together requires a couple 4-letter words. Okay, so to clean this up, I'll just use some Ballistol and then lightly wipe it all down. You know, it's no big deal. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll take my firing pin and stick it in this sleeve. And then you can see that section right there. That's where your spring, this little bitty bitty spring is going to go. If you have some small tweezers, that might be nice. I have small hands, so it's not too bad. And then before you get too far in that, you'll know it's right, because this will be spring loaded. Okay, so to get this part in, the back part's got to go in first, kind of into where it kind of rests, which is right there. And then this upper part will go in as well. Oh, geez. Okay, now that's all there. So we have our small spring, that's still where it needs to be. We have this thing where it needs to be. And then for this super small spring, I like to put so the short end goes to the top of this, and the long end pushes on this and spring loads it. So I like to just take one hand and push it in there, and then it will hold itself in as I push that other part in. And then I like to grab like a little screwdriver and just kind of, so now that part's already there, and just kind of sweep that up into there. Okay, and now this will go up like that. This part's spring loaded. Okay, and now you know this is all put together right. And then we'll put our spring. The spring is not directional. It does not matter which way it goes on. And then I'll just pull it clear down, and then this will just slip right over. If you have the part with two ends, then you have to deal with two pieces, and they'll go together and fit like a cup, and then this will fit around it. Okay, and that's it. And when it's not in the slide, your spring will kind of be bent, but the slide holds that together nicely. So now to put this back in here, we're just going to put this back in the slide right there. And then our extractor, it's just going to fit in right there. That's a fancy machine piece. The extractor spring, so it's not even, the longer side will be out towards the camera, towards us, where we're at. And you can even see it kind of peek through right there. Okay, so to put this back plate on, I have my striker in there, and then the extractor spring. You have to push down a little bit. Let's see if I can get a good angle of this. Push down on the striker a little bit, and then your rear plate will slide in. Okay, so now we're back up here. So we're just gonna push down on this guy, and then your oops, not too far. Then your rear plate. Just push it all the way in. It'll slide right in, and then everything is put together. Sorry, the barrel back in first, and then the recoil spring in there. And put this on, just like that. And then you can test it a couple times to make sure that everything is good. And that's how you disassemble the entire slide assembly.